Your diet is the reason why you feel like poop. Today, we're gonna go over 3 reasons why your diet is messing with your mental health. It's just a little bit harder.
How did you make the slice than being
What's up, guys? It's me again, Smanga Michael Njapa, personal trainer and online coach. Today we're going to talk about the impact that your diet can have on your mental health. Please do like the video, subscribe if you have not, and stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to be dropping a bonus tip or reason why your diet is impacting your mental health. Now, there's various reasons why this could be a thing, and there are some deeper ones on a psychological level, on a physiological level as well. But today we're just going to touch on some of the baseline ones that I thought of, that I've seen with my clients, sometimes with myself, and it should be good. Right, so point number 1, we're going to talk about mood a little bit. So the way that your diet can impact your mood is the food that we're supposed to be eating most of the time is food from the land. So food from the land tends to be very nutrient rich, nutrient dense. Things like your fish, your eggs, your beets, your avocados, all those foods are not just good for things like brain health and cognitive function, but they're also really good for just overall health. And so when you look up the definition of a nutrient, which I looked it up on the PC, a nutrient is something that's supposed to nourish your body. It's supposed to give your body life, help your body grow. And so when we don't have those things in our diets, normally there tends to be a lack of vitamins, and that lack of vitamins can easily, and has been in a lot of studies, correlated to mood disorders. So that's number 1, the way that your diet can impact your mood in that way, because we don't have that nutrient dense food that we need. So therefore, it tends to lead to mood disorders. Number 2, I also have on here self-image. So we talked about the lack of nutrients in our diets. And when we have a lack of nutrients, so imagine what the word nutrient means, the giving of life, giving of growth, all that kind of stuff. So when we don't have that in our diets, it's basically us not giving ourselves life, not giving ourselves a chance to grow. And with this second point now, it has more to do about your self-image. So when you don't look, you don't have to be chiseled with abs or have the biggest booty in the world if you're a woman, or have the best hourglass figure or whatever. But if you're not happy and proud, let me rather say proud of the way you look, your self-image is going to suffer. The way that you view yourself, the way you think other people view you, because we're social creatures at the end of the day, is going to suffer. And again, that can be correlated or traced back to if you're not eating correctly. That tends to happen, where your body will tend to fall by the wayside because you're not giving it what kind of food it needs. Please give this video a like, guys. If you feel like some of the stuff is helpful, be sure to share it with someone else you may think might have struggled with some of this stuff, and that would help them, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to help. And be sure to stick to the end of the video. What's wrong with my words today? Be sure to stick all the way to the end of the video, because again, I'm going to be dropping the last tip, and that's going to be a bonus tip. And I think you guys will really like that one. Okay, so moving on, blood sugar. So when we intake certain foods, mainly types of carbohydrates, our blood sugar tends to be, whether it be elevated or elevated a lot or elevated a little bit, that messes with our blood sugar. So when you look up certain foods, when we intake too much of a certain food, and let's say granola for me. I know sometimes when I have, it's not granola, what's the other food? It's a certain type of food, I forgot what it's called, but when I eat that food, I tend to feel sluggish. And you guys would know that feeling where when you eat a certain food, you feel good, you feel ready to do whatever you have to do, you're like ready to attack the world. And the same can be true for an opposite kind of food. And usually that affects your blood sugar. And so your blood sugar might crash because you ate that food. And if that food, and you're not aware of these kind of things, if that food is in your diet consistently and you're always eating that food, you'll almost feel like you're crashing every day. You'll almost feel like you're out of energy every day. And so that, on a macro level, from the day to the week to the month to the year, can impact can impact your mental health. So those are small things that I feel like we need to be aware of, because these are things that we experience on a day-to-day basis. The bonus point, the great one that I was telling you guys about earlier in the video, is our relationship with food. Now, I've made a couple videos, even on my Instagram, which I will link maybe somewhere here, on the importance of our relationship with food. And now from a PT perspective, this is not just coming from when I would speak to clients who I can tell they have a very messed up relationship with food, in terms of they don't want to eat over a certain amount of calories because, they think they'll get fat. They don't want to eat a certain macronutrient because they think they'll get fat. Even though they would want to eat that macronutrient, but because of something they might have been told, maybe because of a disorder they might have from childhood. And this is not me saying eating a different way just going to solve that disorder, and that's not at all what I'm saying. But I'm trying to raise awareness to the point that our relationship with food, how we view food, because food is there to help nourish us. Okay, it's there to help us grow, help us be energized to do the things that we need to do, help us recover, all that kind of stuff. And all the macronutrient groups, for the most of us, we're supposed to be eating. So when you restrict yourself in terms of, and you're like, no, I can't eat this because of this, sometimes those are normally mental blocks that you maybe you've been exposed to certain type of content, maybe you've been exposed to certain people who have those beliefs, and you just kind of took them on. And you never really challenged them. You never really found out why people think that way. And if you've ever had a messed up relationship with food, you'll know, because you'll almost be telling yourself you can't do a certain thing, even though you could do it. You just haven't explored why you can't do it, or why you thought you couldn't do it, if that makes sense. Right. I hope that was helpful. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share this with someone that you feel like needs to see this. I'm going to leave a link up here to the video that I did with Akshay. That was a session, and just a really good video that I think is inspirational in some ways, on Akshay's, one of my clients, his journey, how he started, how he's continuing to progress. And it's not necessarily about right now him reaching his goal, because his goal, he is getting there, but it's more so about the process and the person that you become along the way. You guys have heard this before, but I really think that video is something that you should watch. It's not long, it's about 5 minutes. I'm going to leave the link up there. For anyone who, and this is probably going to be the first time I'm going to be telling you guys about this. So I've worked in a gym setting for a long time. Not a long time, but I've worked in a gym setting for a little while now, and I was fortunate enough to get to a place where, I got really busy. I helped a lot of people, but I always was hamstrung because I couldn't. There's certain people who want my help, but I just don't have the time to help them. So me and my team have been cooking up a really good product where it's supposed to help people, and it's mainly targeted to the people who just want to start out in the gym. They don't know what to do, because there's so much information out there also on the internet, and they just really just want to start off on the right foot and not focus on things that they're not supposed to focus on, damage their relationship with food, all those kind of things. So yeah, it's gonna be coming soon. Don't say I didn't tell you guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. See you next time.